What's up, everybody? Okay, here we are, all in the middle of this lockdown, and I've been, searching for content, and I've got a few things I want to talk about here. Number one is one of my favorite channels, the Mercurial Number Six. I like watching him when he's talking about something that interests me. Some of his reviews when he's reviewing new music that I although I enjoy his banter and I enjoy what he's talking about and I enjoy all of that, the the music that he's reviewing, sometimes I can't get past it or I can't use it. And so now he's searching for the type of content that he should put up. It far be it for me to give advice on this at all. But just keep doing what you do. Do what you are happy doing. That's why we do it. We do this on YouTube because we can. If we had this 15 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, we'd have done it, okay? We would have done it if we had it then. We didn't. We have it now, so we do it. Whether I get 100 views or 10 views, I'm still going to do it. I'm still going to keep up with doing this, and I'm going to keep my channel true to its roots, which is me sucking at the guitar and playing in a band with other people. And, I used to try to do little slices of life of the band and stuff like that. And, that could come back, or I could do that again. I'm not a big production guy, so I don't go into a lot of big production. It's me sitting here with all my garbage in the background, my coat on the chair, uh, coffee or whatever, and talking. Not big on editing. I've tried. Sometimes I'll edit a little bit, but it usually not a whole lot. Okay. But in this time of this lockdown, that affords us the opportunity to upload more content. My question is, are more people watching, or have they gotten bored with YouTube because they're spending so much time at home and they have to find other things to do? Or are they looking more? To me, it hasn't seemed to really matter much. Nothing has changed. No great growth in view or view retention, anything like that. So I'm just going to continue doing it the way I've always done it, which is like this, and plugging in, hooking up, playing, whatever, showing you my junk, my guitars, whatever. That's what I'm going to do. But one thing I do want to talk about, and this is relevant a little bit. Since I've had to spend so much time at home, I've spent a lot more time in front of the television set. And at first, I was glued to the news. For the first 2 weeks, I was absolutely glued to the news. I had to get as much news as I could get. I had to know what was going on, what was happening where, who was doing what was the president saying, what was what were the experts saying, what was going on around the world. And then after a while, you just get jaded and you start to go, oh, this is bullshit, okay? This is really, now we're all just out fending for ourselves through the toilet paper crisis and the alcohol, the booze crisis. Like in my state, I border Pennsylvania. All the counties, Ashtabula, Trumbull, Mahoning, Columbiana, Jefferson, Belmont counties that border Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania stopped selling booze, so people are crossing over into Ohio to buy booze. Well, the governor of Ohio said, no, you can't do that now. We will only sell booze to people with an Ohio ID. If they stop selling it in Pennsylvania, you can't come over to Ohio and buy it, which to me is like, that's stupid. they'll just drive deeper into Ohio, which is a point one of my friends made. Maybe they will, maybe they won't, but I just think that, that's another infringement of, if I want to drive to another state and buy something, I can't now because the governor said no. He's going to deny me my Jack Daniels or my Crown Royal or my whatever. So the news thing, you get enough of it now without even really looking for it. And there are all these channels on YouTube. There's the Washington Post. There's David Pakman. There's Joe Rogan. There are all these people talking about all this stuff, and you can find as much of it as you need to find. But spending more time in front of that tube, that television set, and we dropped our cable subscription because it was an unused commodity in our house. We were paying for it and we weren't using it. We weren't watching TV enough to warrant the expense of the cable, and we bought the Amazon Fire Stick. We got an Amazon Prime membership, and we can watch quite a good amount of whatever. We've never been at a loss for content, but I started watching movies, and Amazon puts up original series and original movies. Now, the first series that I went and watched when I got Amazon Prime, I rewatched all the seasons of The Sopranos. That was great. Then I found another series with Billy Bob Thornton called Goliath. And he's this alcoholic mess of a lawyer that keeps getting into these jams. And Billy Bob Thornton's just a great actor anyway, okay? So that was a great series. Then I found the series Justified with the character of the U.S. Marshal Raylan Givens. And that was a great series. So then people suggested to me stuff like Man in the High Castle. I tried to watch it. Shit. I can't relate to it. The Marvelous Miss Maisel. I watched some episodes. Not all that thrilled about it. And so there are all these original series that not so good, and so this is where we get to movies. Lately, in the last couple days, I've been watching a lot of movies, and I've run across a lot of them that are movies that Amazon is putting up that were older movies with actors like Jeff Daniels or Nicolas Cage or Matthew McConaughey or Glenn Close or big stars. And those movies, you can pretty much count on them being of some quality. But yesterday, I watched 3 movies that were recent movies, 2019. The first one was called The Lighthouse. And this was about 2 Irish guys in Ireland that get put out onto this lighthouse and get stranded out there and start going crazy. And although the premise of the movie was probably okay, I did not enjoy it. I did not enjoy it one bit. Then I watched another movie called The Cable Car, where a group of unknown actors that I've never seen before get stranded in Colorado or somewhere in some ski resort in this cable car, and they're up, like on this mountain in this cable car, and they're stranded for days and days and days, and they're trying to get out, and it started off slow and just fizzled out as it frickin' went. Then I watched a movie called Mermaid Down. And when I read the description of the movie, it was about these two guys that capture a mermaid and cut its tail off. Well, legend has it when you cut the tail off of a mermaid, she will grow legs and become human. And this movie started off good and then just went to absolute crap. Like, it went to crap. What did I end up watching? Last night late, I ended up watching Support Your Local Gunfighter from 1971 with James Garner, Suzanne Pleshette, Harry Morgan, all a bunch of the old classic Western actors. Even Chuck Connors is in it at the end of it. And I enjoyed that movie so much. Then the other day, I watched The Quiet Man, a John Wayne movie. I watched another old John Wayne movie. A couple old westerns. I should have gotten these titles of some of these movies that I've watched lately that were just, they don't do it like that now. And, then I watched a couple Dustin Hoffman movies that Amazon had. Midnight Cowboy with John Voight and Dustin Hoffman. And then the other night, me and Linda watched a Dustin Hoffman movie called American Buffalo, which is him and Dennis Franz. And Dennis Franz owns a secondhand shop, and he sells a buffalo nickel to somebody for $95, and then they plan to go and break into the guy's house and steal the nickel back because he can't believe that nickel was worth $95. What the point is, he wants to steal it again or whatever, but it's just a really fun, great movie. And, you're trying to wade through this stuff, and you're trying to watch this stuff. And it's a gamble at best. It's a gamble at best at whether something's going to be good or not. It's the same with YouTube channels, okay? I'm subscribed to probably 290 some YouTube channels. I could look that up right now. How many YouTube channels am I subscribed to? I don't know. It's not quite 300, but almost 300. It used to be a lot more. It's a lot less now. And yeah, there's something that draws you to somebody's channel that you'll see that'll make you subscribe. And he's absolutely right. The Mercurial number 6 is absolutely right. Can they get your attention again? And it's a tough thing. And it's the same with my channel. People subscribe to my channel because of something that I did that they liked. And you know what? Unfortunately for me and for the viewer, I'm probably not going to recreate that again in any time soon or in any kind of orderly fashion that is going to keep them energized enough to watch. So the view counts are relatively low. But it doesn't matter. Anyway, it doesn't matter to me. Although the goal is to absolutely gain subscribers, gain a little bit of notoriety or YouTube fame or whatever. It's not the only reason. We do this partially to entertain ourselves, okay, to give ourselves something to do, keep our minds occupied, and and we learn along the way. Now, I was a big watcher of the YouTube creators, and I'll still watch some of the guys that tell you how to you should do YouTube, but they're not Roberto Blake. He's one. I'll watch Roberto, but following their advice and taking the steps that they want you to take, sometimes to me, just aren't reasonable or aren't obtainable, or I just can't be bothered to do that. So, we do this on our own terms. And if those guys were right about the way it works, then everybody that watches their content should be able to grow a huge YouTube channel. It doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. It's not gonna happen. So, my advice to anybody, for what it's worth, is do this for yourself. Do it because you enjoy it. Do it for the few people, even if it's ones or tens of views. Do it for them, And if it's going to come, it will come. If you're going to get it, you're going to get it. It's as simple as that. So that's my rant. It's across the board. It's entertainment in general. It's TV. It's music. TV's not what it used to be. The movies aren't what they used to be. Music isn't what it used to be. YouTube isn't what it used to be, and we don't know what it's going to be. And face it, it's never going to be, for somebody like me who's nostalgic, it's never going to get better than what was in days gone by, and that's what it is for me. So I guess that's just the end of this rant. That's all I can say about it. I'm going to continue doing what I do, just because I like doing it. It gives me something to do. So there it is. I'm sure somebody's going to have an opinion about this, and will let me know what their opinion is later on. But that's it for now. All right, everybody, stay safe in this apocalypse, and just hope we all get out alive.